What up, internet? This is a idea I just hatched this morning. I usually do cardio in the morning, but for some reason this morning I woke up and I didn't like jump out of bed and run to the gym to do 30 minutes on the stationary bike. I was like, maybe I'll hit the bag. So that's what I'm doing. And I think I'll make this a series. It'll kind of keep me accountable, and I think it'll be entertaining to watch. So I think the name of the series is just going to be Combos and Conversations. And maybe once a week, or maybe even less, honestly. Maybe more. I don't know. But I thought that was a decent idea. So here we are. Today is June 26th, 2024. We're going to hit chest later today. Yesterday was my 7th day on the cut, and I'm looking good. I'm definitely looking better than I have been for the last like month or so. So that's nice. Let's see if I remember how to do this. I'll take that. Actually, let's go to the pinky first. Yeah, looking good. Day 7. Today's really day 8 of the cut. I took my yohimbine and my L-carnitine probably like 30 minutes ago, so I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Just got to wrap up both my hands here, and then we're gonna get clapping. No homo. I haven't hit the bag in a little while. I'm by no means an expert, as you can probably tell by the way I'm wrapping my wrists. Not an expert, but I wouldn't say I'm a rookie either. I'd say I'm a hobbyist. I love boxing as a sport. I love watching boxing. Vasily Lomachenko is probably my favorite boxer out of them all. Of course, also love Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder's cool, but I'm more of a Tyson Fury guy. Who else do I like? Canelo, pretty good. Okay, I like Canelo, but you know who I like more? Gennady Golovkin. I, I don't know. I know Canelo's beat him uh, multiple times, but Golovkin is just like a machine. Like that dude's just cold. Like his boxing is cold, but also his whole like aura. That dude's got aura. So I'd probably say Lomachenko 1, Fury 2, Golovkin 3, if I had to rank them right now. Yeah. In terms of like pure boxers, right? There's strikers that are in the UFC, but they're mixed martial artists. They're not boxers. It's a little bit different. I mean, I don't think I have to explain to any of you the difference between mixed martial arts and boxing, but I'm going to for the sake of filling the air with my voice. Basically, boxing is all done standing and striking with your hands, the two hands God gave you. Mixed martial arts is any form of martial arts, mixed martial arts, any form of martial arts goes. So what you see most is like boxing, of course, because it's the best. Western boxing is the most efficient fighting style. And then you see jiu-jitsu, a lot of jiu-jitsu specialists in the UFC. You see kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling. I don't really think like since like Lyoto Machida, I don't really think karate is like a really popular. Karate's kind of like explosive. I think it's about like, you know, like kind of like rushing your opponent. That feels okay, I guess. I'm not gonna be slamming this shit. Actually, let's get this left wrist a little more because I feel like my left wrist has given me problems before. Karate, so. I'm sure there's a lot of UFC fighters who took karate just because since it's such a popular sport. Oh. Let's do a couple things here. Can I juggle with my? No, I don't think I can. I don't. Yeah, I can't. I can't grab balls. Pause. With my fucking wrists wrapped up. So let's hit a couple of these. Oh. 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 Some kind of like accessory activities that I like to do with boxing is juggling, just to get your hand-eye coordination really dialed in. And then jump roping. It warms up the shoulders, warms up the wrists, warms up the ankles, really warms up your whole body. Doing 50 or 100 of those before you start hitting the bag is huge. And then also like some shuffles. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a little box here on the ground that I made in electric tape. And basically, the shuffle is like, say this is the box here. Let's see if I remember how to do it. Yeah, the shuffle is like you move one foot out, hop, and then your other foot goes into the box where that foot just was. Doing it side to side is good, and then also doing it front and back. I've seen a lot of Eastern European boxers using that kind of style, that kind of training to really lock in their footwork, because boxing is just violent dancing. So the shuffle here, and then I think, how does it go? No, that feels wrong. There it is. So your top foot will hop, then your back foot will take its place. I'm probably just going to stay in traditional today with my right foot back, since I haven't done this in a little while. Southpaw feels okay, but maybe I'll do a couple of southpaw strikes and combos here, but pop it up, pop it back. And the idea of that is like, if I want to, that's what you're going to do. That's what your feet are going to want to do. And a big thing in boxing is to always have a balanced stance, to always be with your weight in the middle of your center of balance, in the middle between your feet. So you don't want to be out here. Because look, what am I going to do out here? If I'm here, I'll have a little more range. But then what is this? As opposed to, Something like that. All right. Feeling warm? Gonna start it up here. Already feeling the burn. Whew. My shoulders are used to doing dumbbell lat raises and presses and tow truck slow movements, but sheesh. Oh yeah. What a tragedy it would be if this wasn't recording. Okay, we're good. Ooh. Ooh. I get another couple combos in here. Take a breather. I never want to cross your feet. You never want to cross your feet over. That just doesn't feel good. So if you want to move, you move with the foot that you want. The way you want to move, that's the foot you move first. You don't move your back foot first, or else you're going to end up with your legs crossed. You're going to get knocked over. What I really need down here is a clock. So I can do rounds. Shout out clocks. This feels nice though. It's a nice switch up from just like the treadmill or the stationary bike. Granted, the stationary bike is amazing. I used to not be a huge fan of it. It hurt my butt bones. It didn't feel good. Yeah. If you've ever spent longer than 5 minutes on a stationary bike and you're not wearing a pillow in your pants, then you know what I'm talking about. You get a little ride up down there and it's just uncomfortable. So 30 minutes on that is like, really that's the worst part. I mean, the cardio itself, you're just pushing your leg. You're just pumping your legs. But the best part about stationary bike is the quad pump after. Ooh, man. If I ever compete again, that's going to be my strategy. Before I go on stage, I'm just going to do 10 minutes on the stationary bike at the highest level you can get, because that fills your legs up with blood so fast. It's amazing. I love it. I love the leg pump after a stationary bike session. But this, honestly, I'll probably be getting a shoulder pump off of this. My front delts, just from that first kind of session, were firing off. All right, let's pop another one. Also, another word of advice: use wrist protection when you're boxing. This little part here that velcros over your wrists, it's not enough. Even with wrist wraps, solid gloves, I have hurt my wrist before striking. It's just an awkward left hook, and the bag is moving. So, if you're going full force and your wrist isn't kind of in a good place where it's got some stability, there's a good chance you're going to injure your wrist, which you need those. You need your wrists for a lot of things, not just working out, Having a good, fast jab, I think, is maybe the most important thing in boxing. This is what you're going to be throwing more than anything. I think I've heard before, your jab to every other strike ratio should be like 3-1, because really you're setting it up. If you're actually in a fight with somebody, you're not going to just fucking overhand their ass and blast them with one. No, most of the time you got to kind of, if you're fighting somebody who knows what they're doing, kind of got to probe, see what's going on, check them, fight their hands down, open them up. And then once you see a spot, you can pop that backhand in there, generate off your foot through your hips, get a little more power. But this, even that, you don't need, that hits you. going to do some damage. It's going to make the person think twice about what they're doing. And also to keep your head, don't keep your head on the center line. You know, you want to move your head side to side as you're striking. You know, if I was just right here, I'm going to get targeted easy. But if you're, doing some action, you're bobbing, you're weaving, it's going to be much harder to locate that head. You're going to become a much more formidable opponent. There's a combo. That's what this is, right? This isn't jabs in conversations. This is combos in conversations. So maybe I should throw some combos. What I'm doing there is a jab to open it up, followed by I keep forgetting, what is this? I want to say a backhand, but that implies like I'm pimp slapping them or something. Your backhand. Your power hand. What was I talking about? We got the left hook, we got the left jab, the lead jab, the back straight, and then from here, we're defending ourselves again, and we got a left hook up top. You can do it up top, you can do it bottom, but I think the idea of this, for me at least, is, if you boom, boom, the last strike that they took was on their right side. So they're going to be blocking, maybe favoring the right side. Maybe, this covering up here. So if they're covering up their right side, since that was the side that the last strike was favoring, that left side should be open. I think that's probably your bread and butter combo. That's probably like the first one you learn in kindergarten when Susan steals your crayons and you got to give her give me my crayons, Susan. I got the multi-variety color pack. My mom spent $7 on that. Give me the crayons. Getting a little slippery out here. Need to wipe off the floor before I bust myself. Intermission. Brief intermission. Okay, so my left shoulder. Oh, a little tight. I mean, that's the one that's popping off that forward jab. Oh, yeah. Oh. Take another breather here. Oh. I want to take off my hoodie, but if I do that, this whole place, it's going to be flooded down here. Be like Aquaman fighting underwater. I've never seen Aquaman. Where's my actual water? Talking about water just made me thirsty. I knew that. I knew that it was right here. Oh, baby. I've been tracking my calories every day. Oh, that might have. My apologies if the audio was just fucked up. There was a drop of sweat like right on the microphone part of this. One sec. Not sure. Hopefully that helped. I need some sort of mic stand or a more sensitive mic or something. Oh, it's gonna break on me right now. No, we're good. What was I saying? I've been counting my calories, and every day is like 1900, 1700, 1800. But I'm still my weight's still kind of bouncing around. Like, I was like 220 3 weeks ago or something. And then I had 2 fasting sessions because dieting just wasn't working. I needed to I was just being intense. I don't know. I probably didn't need to do all that, but I went from 220 to like 210 in a week from fasting. Probably some of that muscle, probably some of that fat, probably some of that just intramuscular carbs and water. But now, this morning, I was 208, and I've kind of been floating around there. I think I got down to like 206. I think 206.2 is the lowest that I've seen so far. So I don't know if it's just like the timing when I'm drinking my water and eating my carbs. Because last night I did have like 150 grams of carbs. No, it was like 60 grams of carbs, I think. 150 grams of rice at like, I don't know, 8 o'clock or something, so like 12 hours ago. So there's a good chance that those carbs are still just in my body, pushing my weight up just a tiny bit. While the scale is not doing the things I want it to do, my actual physique is improving quite a bit. I'm like heavier, but my physique is better, which I'll take. You know, I'd rather be 210 aesthetic than 200 aesthetic. That's kind of a no-brainer. So, all right, I'm giving myself too much of a break here. I'm not gonna hook this thing on myself. I don't really want to break it, so I'm just gonna set it over here, and I'll talk between sets, between you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Tiring though. It's definitely tiring. Yeah, I gave myself too much of a breather there. Now I'm getting a little bit cold. I had a dream last night that I got kidnapped. It was me and my brother and my dad, and there was this house for sale for like $20,000. And we were looking at it, and we're like, it was like not finished, like drywall wasn't up or anything, not painted. It was like a real rough house, but like $20,000 just for a piece of property in the town in the city I live in is like, at least in the part of town I live in, a good piece of property. $20,000 is a great deal. So one with a house on it that just needed to be fixed up. My dad's a carpenter. He built this whole house, so he knows how to do some of that shit. And we were like looking at it, and then we checked out like the. I think I asked where the bathroom was, and the people who own the house took me back into like some room in the basement, and they were like, "Yeah, it's in that room to the right." And I went in the room and I turned around and I realized that there was a lock on the outside of the door, not the inside. And when I realized that, I put my foot in the door right when they tried to close it, and I fucking busted out of there, ran out. It's crazy. Why am I having dreams of being kidnapped? I don't know, but let me tell you, nobody's kidnapping me soon. I promise you that. southpaw a little bit. I'm calling it there. Not sure how long it's been. Not sure what time it is. Not sure where I am. Not sure who I am. I think I might have Alzheimer's. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.